Good Erev Shabbos. There's a universal Jewish custom to bless our children on Friday night. The blessing that we impart on our daughters, we say, Yisimech Elokim Kesar Rivka Rachel V'Leah, may God make you like our matriarchs, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah. And then we say the famous priestly blessing, Yivarechecha Hashem v'yishmerecha, and so on and so forth. Makes perfect sense. If we want our daughters to emulate role models, it makes sense that they should emulate the great matriarchs of the Jewish people. On the other hand, when it comes to our sons, the blessing that we impart on them Friday night, we say, Simcha Elokim Ephraim v'Manasseh. May God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh. That seems to be somewhat of a disconnect from the way we bless our daughters. In fact, the way we bless our daughters, we say, may God make you like the matriarchs. So the parallel blessing should be, may God, to our sons, may God make you like the patriarchs. May God make you like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Why out of all people do we choose two grandsons of Yaakov, two grandsons of Jacob that have a very minimal appearance at all in the Torah? There's very little reference to them at all in the Torah. We barely know their names. What are they known for? That they not only are associated with a blessing, but they have become the gold standard of blessings. What in the world about Ephraim and Manasseh do we want our sons to have those qualities? If you open up the Torah, what in the world do we see about Ephraim and Manasseh that we wish those qualities on our sons? And there's a very powerful idea, and that is especially felt at this time of year. This time of year, the holiday season in the Western world, the end of December, beginning of January, when a Jew sometimes feels a little out of sorts, a little uncomfortable. You know, today it's December 25th, or it's January. What am I going to do? Everybody else is celebrating. Everybody else is getting gifts. Everyone else is giving a gift. Everyone else is, how am I going to react? What should my day look like? But the larger question is, how do I fit in as a Jew into this larger society, this Western society, a society that has values which are not only inconsistent with my own values, but also the antithesis of my values sometimes. And that's where Manasseh and Ephraim come in. Because Manasseh and Ephraim, out of all the grandchildren of Yaakov, were the only two grandchildren of Yaakov, the only two grandsons, that were not born within the insulated, spiritual, warm confines of the house of Yaakov, the house of Jacob. They were born in a foreign, alien culture, the culture of Egypt. So how do you have a couple of kids born in a foreign, alien culture and are still able to have not only their Jewish roots intact, but they're able to be proud Jews, and able to be confident Jews, and able to be practicing Jews, and able to be great ambassadors for the Jewish faith? Who can we look to for that? It can't be Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. The greats, you know, they grew up in the warm confines with or experienced that warm relationship with God in the land of Israel. It was Menashe and Ephraim specifically. If we have to find any particular example from our early roots as a people, it was Menashe and Ephraim particularly. Out of all the grandsons of other grandsons of Yaakov, even from our patriarchs itself, Avram grew up outside of Israel. Later he came to Eretz Yisrael and had that warm relationship with God. Yitzchak never left the land of Israel. Yaakov had that relationship with God in the land of Israel. But it was Menashe and Ephraim that were unique, that they grew up in an alien, foreign land, in a land whose values were inconsistent with their own, in a land whose values were also the antithesis of their own. But yet they were able to be proud of their heritage. They were able to be proud of their traditions. They were able to be proud that they came from the house of Yaakov. So when we look at our sons, we can only hope that they would follow the steps of Ephraim and Menashe. Because Ephraim and Menashe were not only minor characters within the story of Sefer Bereshis, but Ephraim and Menashe was the gold standard of people who we want our sons to emulate. Yes, they were in a foreign culture. Yes, they were in a place that had values and antithesis to their own. But they were able to remember, they were able to be strong, faithful to their roots. And that is what we hope for our children when we bless them on Friday night. We say, Yisimcha Elkem Ephraim v'Menashe. May God make you like Ephraim and Menashe. I wish you all a good Erev Shabbos.